Hi, in this video we are going to perform the secure configuration for the entire file, and after that we are going to use that in our flow. So how do we do it? So I'll just go and create a new mule project. I'll name it like secure config entire file demo. So we are going to have a configuration in one file, and we are going to encrypt the entire file, and we are going to keep it in our application, and then we are going to decrypt it at the runtime, and we are going to use that config for our flow. So I'll just create this project. So now the project is ready. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a simple project where I'm going to have a HTTP listener, and also I'm going to add a Salesforce module. In the Salesforce module I'm going to use something called query, and then whatever the output, it's going to come from this query, which will be a Java, and then I'm going to convert that to JSON. So this is a simple flow, but again here I'm going to show you how we can take the property from the secure configuration, and also we are going to encrypt the entire file, and I'll just convert this output to JSON, and finally I want entire payload, so I'll give the entire payload. So this listener I'll just keep it like with the default port 8081 with HTTP, and then I'll give OK. Here I'll just give, I'm going to extract some object called contact object from the Salesforce. So that's why I gave the endpoint as contact. So here we need to specify the configuration detail. So here only we are going to specify our secure configuration detail. So we are going to take the username, password and token from the secure configuration file. So in order to do that, I'll just create my configuration file here. So I'm going to create that as a configuration property file. File name I'll say salesforce.properties. So this is my configuration file. So here I'm going to store keys and values. So I saved this file. So first, if you wanted to take the direct value, so it's simple. So you can take it like, I'll show you that first before encrypting the entire file, just to show it's working as expected. So if you need to take any value from the configuration, then you have to give the value like $, and then you have to give a key, and then $, and then I'll just again copy the field which is a key here, and I'm going to paste that value here, and similarly token $, and take the key and copy that and close it. So here we are not using secured config, just we are using a configuration from this property file for our flow, and which is not secured. I'll save this one, and we need to give a query here. So I'll just give a query, select ID, first name, comma last name, and I want these fields from the contact object, so I'll just give the query. So now I gave everything. So what we are doing in the step, so we are giving a contact endpoint, and I have specified that as a default port which is 8081, and also I specified the protocol as HTTP. And the second step, we gave a query where I have given all the field which I required from the contact object which I gave, and the config I have given a key name. Okay, so now I need to specify in a global element where I have to say where my configuration properties exist. So I'll say that connection property, configuration property, and need to locate the configuration file, which is nothing but this salesforce.property. I'll just give OK. So then our flow will know where is the property file resides, and then it knows where to take it. So now I have done everything. So I'll just run this demo. So this is a contact endpoint. So I'll just go and create it from the Postman, which is localhost 8081/contact is my endpoint, and I'll wait for this application to come up. After that I'll run it. So once I'm able to show the result, after that I'll convert this entire property into the encrypted file. So now we are in the last step. So here we are doing a simple get where we wanted to retrieve some records from the Salesforce contact object. So I had already the existing trial account for the Salesforce account. so which I logged in, and where I have a contact details. Now I'm going to fetch that from the MuleSoft. So for that I have given all the configuration for my Salesforce environment, so which is available here. So this is the configuration details for my Salesforce username, password, and also the token. So now I'll check the console just to see our application is up or not. So application is deployed. So I'll just try to run this one. So it's saying giving invalid username, password, token, security, user logged out. Okay, so it's giving the username password is wrong. So I'll just check this one. Salesforce username, password, and token value. So I'll just check this configuration property, dollar and password, dollar password. Here you see the token I gave something wrong. I gave percentage symbol, so it will apply this value directly instead of taking it from the config. So that is why it's not able to log in. So I'll just give this one. So now it will be able to identify the direct file. So better I'll just do a test connection here, so that we will be able to see using this one we are able to connect or not. See here, it's able to fetch the value from the config and it's able to connect to Salesforce also. So now I'll just give OK, and because we have done some changes in the thing and I saved it. So now it will redeploy the artifact into the Mule runtime. So once we see the deployed message, then we will run it from the Postman. So we have simple steps only. So where we are receiving the request through the HTTP listener and we are calling the Salesforce connector, we are using a query to retrieve the information from the contact object, and whatever the response we get in a Java object which we are trying to convert in a JSON in this transfer message step. So now I'll just go and see the console just to see our application is deployed. Yeah, so application has started. So I'll just run it from here. See here, so the data is coming from the contact object. So we are able to retrieve the information from the Salesforce. Okay, so now we are done with this configuration property. Now what I want to do is I wanted to encrypt the entire file because this is a plain username and password. So I wanted to encrypt this one. So how do we do it? So in order to do that, you have to download the secure configuration jar from the MuleSoft website. So secure configuration. So this is the page. You will have the details about where you have to download the jar file. So I just have downloaded as well. So I just downloaded into my folder. So this folder I just downloaded. So I'm going to open command prompt to this particular directory. So I'll just do a CMD. So it will log into that folder where I have this jar file. So now I'm going to run the command to encrypt the entire file. Okay, so if you need to run the entire file, then there's encrypt file section where you have this entire command which you need to run, where I have a sample command here. I'll just copy this one and I'll put it in my notepad. So wherever the slash is there, I'll just remove it. I wanted to encrypt the entire file, so that's why file is here. I wanted to encrypt file, and Blowfish is the algorithm, and CBC is the mode. So we have many modes and many algorithms. If you wanted to use different one, you can use it. MuleSoft is a key. Using that, I wanted to encrypt that content. And what is a file I wanted to encrypt it? The file name is salesforce.property. So I'll just give salesforce.property, salesforce.property space, and just I need to give the output file. The output file I'll give like secure Salesforce properties. So this is the command I wanted to execute it. So I'll just take this command, and also this file is not there in that particular path where we are going to execute it. So maybe I'll just copy this file, copy, and then I'll just put it into that jar where it is located. I have copied there. So this is a Salesforce property file. So now what I will do is I'll just run this command from that particular location where I open the command prompt. So C:\, MuleSoft troubleshooting. That's a place I have my secured properties tool.jar as well. I'm going to run that. So now it's executed successfully. So if you go to this folder, there is one more file called secure Salesforce.property. So if you open that, the entire file will be encrypted. See here, the entire thing is got encrypted. So this is again the key and value is got encrypted. So if you wanted to encrypt the other content, right, or entire content, I'll just go here. See, this is encrypt properties inside a file. So that is why when we open this file, right, I'll just open again show. So it is again encrypting only the property each value it's encrypting. Okay, so this is still not encrypting the whole file, because the command which we executed, right, it is mainly encrypting the property inside the file. If the file has many property, you wanted to encrypt all the keys together, you can do it. So I just wanted to do other things. I wanted to do basically this one, encrypt all content of the file. So here only the command change, right? So if you see, I'll just show you here in the sample one. Earlier when we execute this one, we gave file. So now if you want to do entire thing, you have to give it as a file level. Okay, so this is the command. I'll just copy this one and put it in my notepad. Secure property, this one will be file level. You wanted to encrypt it, and then Blowfish is my algorithm, CBC is the mode, and MuleSoft is my key. And I wanted to give the similar one only, Salesforce.property, and which I wanted to give a input, and the output is secured Salesforce property. So I'm going to run this one. So this will encrypt the entire file. So before encrypting, I'll just show you the whatever we did earlier. So whatever the command executed earlier, it's individual line item, it's going and encrypting the value. So now I wanted to go to encrypt the entire content. I just copied that, I'm going to execute it. So here the file level, I executed it now. If you go and see the file now, even the key will be encrypted. So if you see here, entire thing got encrypted. Okay, so now we are going to copy this file and go to your project. I'm going to paste it here. Secure Salesforce property. Okay, so the configuration property entire file got encrypted. So I don't want to this file now, because that's the one I encrypted it. I'll just delete it. So now we have only the secured file. So now we need to refer this into our connection property, where instead of taking it a individual key, again I want to take it as individual key only, but again now it is coming from the secure config. So what do we need to do? So you have to give secure double colon here. Then it will be treated as a secure configuration file. Secure. This is same as how even if you encrypt individual line item also, we have to use the secure command, then only it will be able to take the values from that particular file. Now I'll just give OK. Now we are taking it from the secure file, so we need to add one more configuration here. Create, you have to select secure. So if you see here, secure is not coming here, so you have to add one more module, message flow. Secure is not here, so you have to go and add modules. Search in Exchange. So I have logged in already with my username for Anypoint platform account. So if you are not logged in, you click add account and log in with that account. And once you logged in with that particular Anypoint account, you search in secure. Then Mule secure configuration is there. You add that one. I'll click finish. So now, so we have added that module. So you can see it here also. See here, secure property is coming here in your palette. Now I'll go to global element, I'll just create, and now if you search secure, you will be able to see the secure configuration here. See secure configuration property. Here you need to tell where your secure file is exist. Okay, so I'll browse that file, secure Salesforce property. I just did that, and my key is MuleSoft. So that is what I gave when I execute the command to encrypt the entire file. This is a file level encryption, that's why you need to select this file level encryption equal to true. And algorithm we gave it as a Blowfish, and mode we gave CBC. So I'll just give OK. So now we have given a instruction to our Anypoint, instruction to our Mule application to tell how to decrypt this particular file. Okay, so now we give all the information in this particular file. So now I'm going to save this one, and now for our configuration it will use this file. Okay, I'll just go to message flow, or if you, because here earlier we did the Salesforce configuration file. Okay, this is our connector, still it will use this one only. So because we already gave secure double colon and everything is here, and also we have given in a global element where is our secure file is located. Now I'll just do a test connection. It's saying some error. I'll just check that error details. resource not found exception, couldn't find resource, Salesforce property neither. Okay, so it's still referring Salesforce dot property. So we don't want to refer that property, right? So maybe I'll just remove that link. See here, still we are pointing the old configuration property which is not required because we are referring secure property configs. I just removed that. I'll go to the Salesforce config and then I'll do a test connection. See, test connection is successful now, which means it's able to find where is our secure configuration file is exist, and also it's able to retrieve this username, password and token value from the encrypted file. So this is the only file we have which is completely encrypted, and from there it's able to take the username, password and also token value. So now I'll just go to message flow and I'll just go to console. Yeah, already we saved everything and it's deployed as well. 540, my time is 541. So now I'm going to run this particular one from my application contact object. I'm going to run this one now. See here, so 200, okay, I'm able to get the result. So now if I wanted to change something here, I do not want, earlier if you see the response, there is a email, first name, ID, last name. If I don't want to have email, then I'll just remove the email. I just saved it. I'll go to console. So now whatever the changes I have done for this particular application, it's getting redeployed. So once it's redeployed and after that I'll run it from the Postman. So the email information will not come in the response. So what we have done, so we have created a project and we've created a, initially we created some property which is having a key and value. Then later we encrypted the entire file using the command. And for this command, this particular file, if we need to refer, then we have added the secure property module, and also we have added the global element where we have added the secure configuration property, where we have mentioned where is my secure config file is located, and when we refer it from the config, we also told to refer the key with this particular syntax, secure double colon. So now this is the entire file is encrypted one. So now if I run it again, right, so maybe I'll just go and check the console first to see everything is deployed. See, it's deployed. So I'll just run it now. So email will not come. So earlier there was an email, so now there is no email. So if you see here, only first name, ID, last name is coming from the Salesforce response. So in this example, what we have seen, like we have given a default port for HTTP listener, and also we have set our endpoint as contact. And after that, we have called the query where we have said where is my query and what is the query which I wanted to execute it. And also in the configuration property, I have given a secure configuration keys and other details. So mainly the keys are username, password and token which I gave, which is coming from the secure configuration. And this file is entirely encrypted. And what is the command we have used it? So we have used this command, java cp secure property.jar, and then the class name and file level we wanted encrypted, and we gave algorithm, mode and also the key name. And also we have encrypted, in order to encrypt the file, I gave the what is the file to be encrypted and also what is the to be file to be output for our this particular command. So now with this encrypted content, we are able to retrieve the config and also we are able to execute the flow end to end. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for watching this video so far. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and also subscribe to this Tech Lightning channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.